Yeah, I had lots of playmates, lots of boys. And every day, we would, we would pull it together. We would go from house to house and, make sure that our guys were ready to kick it with us. So, guys would show up at my house and ask, could I come out? And, my mother would let me go out. And then we go to someone else's house. So over the course of, an hour or so, we would have the gang together. And then we would decide what to do. What to do. One of the things that we would do as recreation, this just occurred to me, it's just, during this period, there were, people were getting their hair combed. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, well, you better explain it.
Okay.
I know what conked is.
The conk process is a process that straightens hair, okay? So given the natural tendency of black hair to curl, kink, however you want to describe it, the conk was designed to straighten that hair, okay, so that you would look white. And the conk process was a brutal process because it required treating the hair with a mixture of lye, and there were some other chemicals that were made into this concoction. And you were, you were asked to lean over a sink while this was, and guys had to wear gloves to do this. But the lye and this concoction was applied to your hair, and you had to sit there and stand it as long as you could, okay? And then, after you can stand it, they will run you to a faucet and rinse all that lye out of your hair, and the hair was straight.
Like the movie stars.
Like the movie stars. And then
But if you left it on too long, what happened?
Oh, it would burn your scalp. Burn your scalp, turn it red. No, it would turn red after you had to do this periodically, right? But it would burn your scalp. I mean, this stuff was lethal. And guys would scream and cry like babies, So we would, this is a matter of entertainment sometimes. The guy who did this in our neighborhood, his name was Mice, okay? Not Mouse. His name was Mice. He's a little guy, right? So we would go to Mice's house and watch him do this. And watch the big boys cry. So that was big entertainment. That was like one of the things on our agenda, regularly. But we had a lot of street games, and we had rival. I don't think we called these gangs. We didn't regard ourselves as a gang, but we were a club, okay? Everybody within a certain perimeter of my street was part of my group, okay? Beyond that, there were other guys who were part of other groups. And we would have rivalry with them. And sometimes athletics, sometimes we would just get in the street and throw rocks at each other. And nobody got really hurt, but it was, it was just, keeping the rivalry alive.